And since Gurdjieff, people have forgotten it completely. He was alive just a few decades ago. And just within those few years, people have forgotten the great teacher, who was compassionate enough even to lie, just to make you shocked, just to create an opening in you, so that you can start searching whether what all the religions have been saying has any truth in it or not. The first thing he says is to realize you are in prison. The first thing that can also be said is you have to realize that you are not yet. You have to be. You are a seed, but you have to find the right soil. And nobody else can do it for you. If you go on depending on priests and your so-called saints, you will miss this great opportunity that life has given to you. And one does not know whether a second chance is being given or not. It has to be made emphatically clear to you that there is a possibility once missed. You have missed it forever. Gurdjieff created a great turmoil in a few intelligent people, and he put them to great work in finding themselves. I don't agree with George Gurdjieff as far as his methods are concerned. But as far as this statement is concerned, I agree totally. It is simply a psychological fact. There are people who believe they are intelligent. In fact, it is very difficult to find somebody who believes he is unintelligent. If you can find somebody who believes he is unintelligent, there is a possibility for him to be intelligent. But for all those who already believe they are intelligent, you can't help them. And certainly this whole humanity is not intelligent. Their actions show it, their behavior shows it. Their misery shows it, it shows nothing but their retardedness. But their belief is that they are geniuses. Life is just not giving them the right opportunities to show their talents. Otherwise, they could have been Picasso, or Sartre, or Bertrand Russell, or Martin Buber. There is no problem. It is just because life is preventing them, otherwise, they have everything. It is so. Now education is universal, particularly in advanced countries, but even universal education does not create universal geniuses. Everybody is educated, but even that does not give you the same talent. Man is living in a kind of half-awake and half-asleep state. And it is very easy to believe that you are great in intelligence, great in beauty, great in everything, rather than finding greatness, creating greatness. Because that will require effort, tremendous effort. And enlightenment is the ultimate intelligence. If you already believe you are intelligent, you have stopped yourself from growing. Just watch exactly where you are. Be very impartial about judging yourself. See exactly, even if it hurts, that you are a slave of some political ideology, of some religious theology, of some racial stupidity. Just watch and be very impartial and objective about yourself. And you will find what Gurdjieff calls your prisons. And once you recognize your prisons, it is not difficult to get out, because they are your own creations. Bernstein died and went to hell. The receptionist asked, "Where do you want to go?" "Do I have a choice?" asked the surprised Bernstein. "Certainly. This anteroom is surrounded by closed doors. Just listen at each one and decide which you want to enter." Bernstein listened at the first door and heard horrible shrieks of agony. He went to the second, then the third, always hearing screams, cries, and yells. Finally, at the seventh door, he heard nothing but gentle murmuring. He said quickly, "I'll take this one." The door was flung open, he was propelled inside. He found himself up to his lower lip in a vast sea of shit. With him were millions of others, standing on tiptoe, muttering, "Don't make waves. Don't make waves." Whatever you have made your life is your own choice. Even in hell you have a choice, everywhere you have a choice. Your life is your own creation. Once you recognize it, then every change is possible. Churchill's commentary on man was, "Man will occasionally stumble over the truth. But most of the time he will pick himself up and continue on." Man is a very strange animal. Strangest of all the animals you see. He goes on believing in things which are not. He goes on believing in things which he is not. He never makes any effort, even in finding one very fundamental thing: who he is, from where he comes, and what is his destiny, where he is going. People discuss all kinds of things. And people read about all kinds of things. but generally they never bother about themselves. It seems they take themselves for granted. And that's what Gurdjieff wants to stop. Don't take yourself for granted. Look inside, search for who you are, and whether you are or if there is just emptiness. And something has to be done to bring the seed to sprout, to take care of the seed, so that one day it can blossom. Sinking uneasily into the depths of the psychiatrist's couch, the patient sighed, "Doctor, I have a problem." He loosened his collar and continued. "I've got one son in Harvard and another at Yale. I've just gifted them with twin Ferraris. I have a townhouse on Upper Fifth Avenue, and a summer home in East Hampton, and a sprawling ranch in Venezuela." "Well," smiled the psychiatrist, obviously impressed. "Either I missed something or you really don't have a problem." "Doc," the hairy chap croaked, "I only make $75 a week." "Naturally you will have problems. You make $75 a week. And you imagine all these things: 2 Ferraris, 2 sons, one in Harvard, one in Yale, a townhouse, a house in the hills, a big ranch in Venezuela, and $75 a week. People create their problems, people are utterly poor in their consciousness, and go on, believing that the kingdom of God is within. In your poor consciousness, you can have only a very poor God. $75 a week. Your God is as rich as your consciousness is. Because the God is another name for your consciousness.